Okay, I hope everybody can see that.
Huh? Can you see? Thanks for coming. I don't know if I've been here before or not now, to Defiance.
Let's move
I
this.
mean, I think I have.
Alright, we're at a Occupy Ohio General Assembly tonight. We got a few people here from Occupy Toledo, and a couple people from Occupy Cleveland are going to be on their way here shortly. If you can get on the Ustream chat or get me on Facebook chat, we can talk or whatever. And we're also on the Occupy Ohio conference call line. That number is 760-569-0800, and the access code for the call is 114240 pound. And hopefully we'll talk to you guys this evening.
What's your name again, sir? Daniel.
Oh.
So,
I can't get it to work.
you working tomorrow?
Okay.
Tonight? Night?
No, my last Thursday night I administered a final exam. I'll probably take an hour and I'm done for the semester. I'm winding down.
So next, but can you come to the PP?
No, because I have from morning to 15.
Enjoy that.
Oh, really?
Enjoy that.
I'm going to have a resignation letter typed out, ready to drop at a moment's notice. Say, all right, I'm done here.
Just
Do you want to handle
They
that?
wouldn't take anything, they wouldn't take the resignation that night.
you're gonna try
Yeah,
not.
Steve Steele was like, well, you know, you can't do that. You have to submit, according to the bylaws, you have to submit a formal. I'm like, all right, fine with me. I'm on the board.
He was happy to escape. Yeah, so, and I think he was only on the board for 2 years. I'm gonna call him out on that too, because he's saying he was on the board for 3 years. I'm almost positive that's
He's
not
trying to
true.
get out of a year worth of
Yes,
service.
yes, he is.
Like the guy.
Don't
That's-
hasten it. I mean,
Well, as
Hey,
far as,
Heidi,
like,
this is just
social
Josh.
he
I think I'm the
probably
only
has
one on right now.
ideas that,
You know, I think it's in a way it's good. I like to go into things.
All right.
As anybody come up with possible, I possibly can.
you should have seen my interview this morning with bankers and
Okay. Are you watching the live stream right now?
I'll see who's a banker.
Okay.
Heidi, is there anybody coming from Mansfield?
With the food co-op,
I talked to Brenda this morning. She wasn't able to make it, and I did not get a hold of Tony. I was hoping that they'd be able to go by themselves, and I guess that didn't work out.
Right. Seems to be that kind of flying.
Well, maybe next week.
Yeah.
that talk.
Will you be able to next week?
There is a next week.
What?
I'm like, there is a next week? Wow. I guess there is a
See
week
with
off
Leah
already.
though.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for you.
Alright.
Leah's the one that wants. She's the she's the one that really wants to move
Is
out.
this the only thing you wanted to talk about?
But
You know, maybe moving out isn't the worst idea, but I think, you know, before you can even start talking about it, you got to figure out how you're going to pay for it. And if they're talking about taking out huge loans,
Here's that
it's
master.
not
Big
gonna
throw.
happen. You know,
Hello, everybody.
Alright, everybody.
it's a good idea.
So
Alright,
we're
okay, let's start. Yeah.
we're gonna commence the meeting. You still have that pen. Alright, so we got the stack paper here. If anybody has anything they want to bring, I kind of wanted to know if you, Mike, could go over the food co-op thing real quick and maybe a little bit of that shale thing.
The tar sands too.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Let me go first because I got to leave.
Well, he's got to leave here too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right now
No, go ahead.
You got 25 minutes.
to leave.
Yeah. You're leaving at 6:30, right?
Yeah. So integrated, the food idea is an local integrated food economy. So it's to network with low-income people in Toledo, where we're based, to find sources of what's considered there's ethical food, so try to get it without pesticide and chemical sprays, and non-GMO, organic when it can be, from local growers when it can be, and through the food co-op in Toledo um, as a hub for that, which brings in healthy food into the city of Toledo, and networking in low-income communities in Northwest Ohio, to set up buying groups of people that can buy in bulk this kind of food, which brings it down the cost and all that. It's going to be a long-term project, and so far there's been some discussions with community development or community organizing group in Toledo called ESOP, and the Urban Affairs Department at the University of Toledo said that they would help us out with it, and so it's in its beginning phases right now, and it's and low-income people can also use their food stamps for this. So we're going to see how it goes, to create networks of people around healthy food, and then through those networks we can also do community forums and on broader issues, whatever it might be, energy issues or foreclosure issues or whatever the issues are. Once we have a base of people organized around healthy transformation. So that's the basic idea of that food idea, and we're slowly working on that. One of the guys, Steve Vines, that was at the meeting last week, he met with this community organization today, and I'm on welfare right now, so I've got it approved from the welfare department that I can do like my hours, 35 hours a week, to get the food stamps and the cash assistance that we qualify for. You got to do 35 hours a week of work for that, and so I asked if I could do it on this project. They said yes, so that's something I'm looking to get into in the next couple weeks here. And I and so we're building it, and we want to eventually make it so that it can create living wage jobs, and that's what the university wants to help with, so that like people can get paid, delivery truck drivers, whatever it might be, a living wage to do this work, um, so that's kind of the idea in a nutshell for the food thing. And eventually, linking out to places like Defiance, where there's probably some in the areas in between. I'm sure there's some small farmers around, hard to find, but every once in a while.
Well, my mom, her friend, has a big garden. She lives way out in the States. And what she does is she'll take like all the stuff that she grows that she doesn't use and sell them to Asian grocery stores in like Fort Wayne. And that's like part of like one way to help is do stuff like that.
Yeah, get her in a network, right on.
And you know, she doesn't make like living wage, but I mean, she probably makes $1,000 over the summer just selling like beans and peppers and stuff to
Nice.
Asian grocery stores, which is pretty substantial considering she does it out of a garden.
Thank you.
It's good for like supplementing what income like her and her husband get for sure.
One of the other groups that's involved with that project is Move to Amend, it looks like. Move to Amend is a national organization, if you don't know, is pushing for a constitutional amendment that would do two things: abolish corporate personhood and remove the legal precedent that political contributions are free speech. So we have a Toledo Move to Amend that's been invited to be a partner organization along with ESOP and with the Food Co-op. So we're sort of building a collaboration between a number of organizations with that project. It's worth noting that there's also that angle there of trying to personhood issue kind of involved in this. And we want to try to introduce that more and more because it really is at the core of so many different activist angles. I mean, corporations having influence over almost every aspect of our lives is really
owning our food supply pretty much.
That's just one thing I think Mike left out. I don't know if you got the tar sands thing there, right?
You want to say?
Yeah, I thought something that would probably be good for that is to have a co-op garden that everybody participates in. You know, and that's not anything new either. I mean, various different communities and groups do it a lot. I think there's even one here somewhere. But you know,
Toledo Grows is another one that exists, and so there's some communication with them too. They'll hopefully will be involved too. That's a great idea. And there's one in Defiance, you say, Ethan?
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what all it entails, but I do know it is kind of a cooperative thing. People that get the food also till the food. You know, they go out there, they take care of it, weed it, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
What's a community garden? Everybody has their own plot, basically.
Right.
I've heard about places like in New York, for instance, there's not obviously a lot of places to grow stuff, so people grow sometimes hydroponically, like on their roofs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's
awesome.
kind of
Well, this was going on in New York. Community gardens is where I first really seen one on a large scale when I was going to college there. Some, former slumlords where the building would be demolished just to get a tax write-off on the property, they would donate that lot for the purpose of a community garden, or you'd see it donated for the purpose of a community park or something like that. And it works because it does help a lot of the low-income people because all they got to do is go help grow it and they can take as much as they want.
That reminds me, I was speaking recently with a Green Party City Council member in Cleveland, Brian Cummins. He mentioned that, I guess, recently the city of Cleveland passed they're the first city in the country to do this. They've actually created a zoning label for like gardening. So you have like residential and you have commercial, but you can develop your own property strictly for community gardening and like communal purposes, which would entail certain things around ownership and taxes. And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing that I wanted to find out more about. Maybe try to spread that idea outside of Cleveland, maybe take it to Toledo or even Defiance. What if you could take a certain segment of land and have it zoned in such a way that it's not considered residential or commercial anymore?
Hello?
Detroit and Cleveland have big urban farming initiatives, so linking up with them too. I heard that this girl just got, like, they have this permaculture project in Detroit, and this person on Facebook tonight, a year earlier, said that they got denied zoning to do a community gardening on this one plot. This corporation came in to do a tree farm, and they gave them the right to do the tree farm, but not the right to do the gardening. It's like, it's crazy.
That's a new idea I haven't heard about. Is Christmas trees that they grow in planters, sell to people, and then they can turn around and plant them. And they get done with after the Christmas season.
I've had the living tree a few times, it always dies.
What about tar sands? I didn't want to forget the
tar sands.
the tar sands thing.
Tomorrow.
Talk about that.
Well,
Something to say?
I can start and then pass it to Keith because I gotta go. But I mean, or Keith can just do it. But what time is it? What time is it? Jake, or Jake?
6:16.
6:16.
6:16. Yeah, it would be great if anybody. So tomorrow we're gonna try to basically BP's in Toledo. It's been there for a long, long time. In the early 90s, we had a boycott of British Petroleum that was really quite successful in Ohio with young people, mostly students and young people. It was a protest movement. We targeted BPs all over the state, protested their gas stations to boycott it, and it was very successful because it was an easy sell. We focused on the fact that it wasn't an American company too. And they had their headquarters in Cleveland at the time, which the state of Ohio ended up boycotting British Petroleum. They canceled their contract with them. BP ended up moving out of Cleveland to Houston or whatever. So they're starting to refine tar sands. They've been refining some, and they want to just refine more and more. And if you don't know about tar sands, it's pretty. You can go to National Geographic did a really good expose, kind of photos of this process, which is mostly on native lands in Alberta and Saskatchewan, and they're just destroying huge areas. You know, taking a layer out of the ground and then recovering it and making these huge lakes of contaminated, you know, sludge and oils and chemicals, and it's just a gigantic, like the most devastating probably extraction process ever created by man, like uranium mining too. So there's a lot of things coming together right now because BP's refining them here, and we're going to draw a line in the sand tomorrow, basically on that. And then at this meeting with the EPA and BP out at this Lake Erie Resource Center, which I've never been to, but it's right on the lake in Oregon. Looks nice, fancy UT building, and that's where they're having this hearing. And the Native American in Canada, they passed a law last week. There was a image